Hello everyone and welcome back to Piano Secrets. In this video I will be teaching you how to play Chopin's Nocturne No. 20 in C# minor. The first thing that we should know is the scales and chords that we're going to be using. In the introductory part we have these chords. So what we have to analyze is where is this coming from. We could take a look at the scale, at C# minor scale, and if we go from C# and play the 7 tones, we have this. So Chopin is gonna base most of his melodies on that scale. The second step would be knowing the chords. When we play this chord, you should know that if you flip the C# here, he's outlining the first chord of the scale, the C# minor. He just flipped it and put it on top and put the bass, double up the notes. When he does this, he's using 2 chords. Now he's using not only the C# minor, but also as adding the 7th note and getting rid of the E. So we have C# and the C# minor 7 now. And then here we're going to an F# minor. F# minor comes also from the scale. And there you have it. If you flip the note again, you get this. Now if you don't know the chords, I'll tell you the chords. So first chord, C# minor. We use it a great deal. D# diminished. We use it a great deal. E major, 3rd chord. F# minor, the one we are talking about. In this case we have this. There. G# major. A major, the 6th chord. C diminished, 7th chord, and again we go back to the first chord which the song starts with. That's it. Then we have rest. Rest. It's important to notice that this is the C# minor 7 and it creates tension. So the release goes to the F# minor release. You can clearly see here we're using the 1 chord that I explained before. And this you can see C#, E, G, and A. So this could be found on the 6th chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which we call it this an A major, an A7, let's call it. A7. So if you bring these notes here and bring the A all the way down, you have an A7 which creates tension and results very nicely to a G# major. And this G# major is the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is it. Again it's flipped to here. So it's a harmony based introductory part with a C# minor to start with. C# minor 7 to create tension, resolving to F# minor, C# minor again to A7, and we end on G# major. Then it repeats again and it's an echo of that. Resolving. And I know there are rests there. It's up to you if you want to hold on a little extra the pedal or not, or you want to release and do the rest perfectly in rhythm. The next section, where he's going to make up some beautiful melody, is going to be based on 2 chords, most of it. And sometimes we're going to add a sus chord and maybe the 5th chord, but it's going to be pretty simple. Now the melody starts like this. It starts on a G, a trill, F sharp G, and it does this ornament and resolve. Some people like to do it's up to you. Chopin was an improviser, so you could have different variations to it as you go. So that would be the first line. In my case, I prefer more to play the melody and then start on the trill. And also I like to vary it. I start a little bit slower, softer, increment, get to the G and release. Okay? The harmonic foundation for this is the same. This chord. Okay? So this chord, he brought it up over here. So he brought the G below and the C. And he created this background for the left hand. That's it. You are playing the 1 chord, C sharp minor. The next pattern is going to be based on this one, which is the first chord, 2nd chord, D sharp minor 7. Again, he brought it up here. He put the C here, the A here, the D and the C. So I think that it's just that chord that is brought down to the left hand and intercalates the notes. So we have this. There you have it. Okay, so we have this pattern now. Okay, and you could count with this. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you put it together, you're gonna put it together on the first one. Now when you get to the C sharp, you're gonna do the F first. And then the E will match. And C sharp. Now you might be wondering, where's the trill? The trill is an addition to that, so we're gonna add it now. So together we match the F sharp, we run the left hand, C sharp, we go to the E. And it's important that you release the phrase there. Let me play it one last time and then we go to the next one. Okay, now we have C sharp minor, and instead now we're gonna go to a parallel chord. So we're gonna go 1 up and we're gonna flip it to the position that we were playing. So we have this now. Okay, and then coming back. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do these 2 lines, but I'm gonna do just left hand so you can see how it works. C sharp minor, first chord, D sharp minor 7, second chord, back again to C sharp minor. Now we go to C sharp major, parallel chord, and D sharp minor. Okay, second line is going to have a C sharp, and if we try to do it together, we have C sharp together with C sharp, After the G we play the B together by itself and together again. Okay, let's play the entire line now. So okay, now we're gonna change now and we're gonna go to a G sharp 7. He plays these notes. Note that if you bring the C here, you will get the chord that these arpeggios come from. And if you think on the chords that we play, there you have it. G sharp major with the 7th. It's just here. Notice these three notes are the same, but the C is below. So what we'll add is a G sharp on the tom, a D sharp, and then we go back to C sharp minor with an E. Notice here again, second chord, 1, 2 with the C sharp. Okay, so we have now and we go back. So let me explain those two measures. So we have C, G, F sharp, D. We're solving to C sharp minor like the same one we had. Now then we have the D diminished. This is a sus chord, G sharp sus, and back. The entire line for this will be G sharp, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the trill there. It's important that you could start it slower and increase the tempo, and increase a little bit the tempo, and then on the release slow down a little bit. All together, I don't think it's a problem to match it because it matches one by one. So we have 1, match the first one, match, and match the 2 at the end. Then it goes back, same thing. Now we have that little ornament there, just adding variety to the song. So resolving. By the way, all this section I'm playing is the same chords from before. So if you practice those well, then this will be easier. Now we have a melody line here. By the way, it has a flavor that everything for now is a little bit sad. So when we get to C sharp here, we'll do this pattern. I'll do it one last time, very slow. So to solve the irregular values here, we're gonna do 2 triplets at the beginning against 2 notes on the left hand. So we'll have this together, right, left, right, together, right, left, right, together, 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 together. Okay, I know that that's sometimes a little bit difficult. If you are very patient, if you have problems, rewind that little section and try to see and work very well how they match. To play more spontaneous, once the notes are placed correctly, then you could of course do it in this way. And I think what he meant to be is to retain at the beginning, retain at the beginning, and then as you go, speed it up. So let's have this. And then that light. Now when you get here, we have again fourth chord, and he plays it here on A. Once we get to A is part of F sharp minor, and what he does is place all these notes spread out on the left hand. So if we play A here, he goes up to F sharp, split, split, A again, and D. Okay, so we start from here. Then you see F sharp minor, melody. Then you can see here a D major chord with an F sharp on the bass, simple chord. And we could go on from there. So let's say we play the D on the top, C chord, and matches also. So top note, and now here we'll have a C, and this is going to be a trill. Have these notes. If you have trouble with the trills, remember that we have to rotate and articulate the fingers. Now he indicated an accent, and then he indicated also starting loud here and decreasing the volume, getting to softer. Okay, left hand, second chord. There you have it, but it's confusing because it's flipped, the F sharp below. So and we match the two. I do it slowly. Match the first one, D, G sharp, melody, both match. And C sharp minor again, the scale. So here you have it. Notice it. The C sharp minor scale, so do, do, di, do, do, di, do, di. And then here it's gonna change. So that's all there is to it for this first theme. And notice that we use a great deal C sharp minor. We use the 7th, flipped everywhere. We use F sharp minor, the 4th chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, flipped like this, or on the bass, sometimes spread out. It's very important. We use the 2nd chord, D sharp minor 7, many times spread out like this. We use the parallel, C sharp major, and then it's all different inversions. That's all we have. So let's do a run through and see what we get. So let's start on G. repeat. New ornament, increase, slight touch now, increase a little bit left hand, a little bit more, we'll get to the accent, loud and soft, release, accent, and we get to C sharp minor again, scale. Now here we're gonna get to a dreamy part, and it's changing now. We have different chords here. We have an A major. So if you have the notes from the scale, you can find there on the 6th degree at A major chord. And if you bring it downstairs here, we have what he did. So this chord, E here, A double up, and we have this technique. And he's gonna go to an E7, you can see it. There you have it. Remember that on the 3rd chord we have an E major. Always go back to those chords that I gave you at the beginning of the video. So the harmonic pattern for the left hand will be an A major to an E7 over A. Repeats 2 times this. So I'll do it slowly one last time. If you get confused, just remember what I said. 6th degree of the scale. It's just this chord and brought up to the left hand, and you have the E chord with another 7. He did this. Okay, now for the melody on the right hand we have this. There are 2 versions. One, it does a quarter note. Another one could do this. Either one will work, whatever works for you. I know there is a dilemma because there are 2 or 3 different versions and it has little variation. For the most part, 95% of the notes, they are all the same. Now the only difference is that sometimes you could start it a little bit sooner. So let me see if you have. On the second one, you could start sooner. So one of the line grows, the other one releases. As far as the matching, we match the first one. Match, match, match. Notice here that we have the triplet now. Right, left, right, and together. We'll do it together one last time. Together. Every other note. When we get to the triplet, together, right, left, right, together. We go together now. First note together, by themselves, together. And the triplet again. Right, left, right, and together. Alright, if you get that, then when you play it, you play it like this. The one I enjoy the most is like this. Loud, releasing. Very peaceful and dreamy, and take your time to play it, don't rush through it. It's very nice. Next part is pretty much like the concerto, second concerto, and we have this section. is we have the same chord here, the E7 over A. You can see the E here and the A on the bass. And that G resolves to an A. So we have same thing again. My edition has a C sharp. I understand some editions has an E in it. I like better with the C sharp, so I'm gonna go with that one. Tie your left hand for this passage. Right hand. We start with a dissonant interval, the D and the E, resolving to an A major. You see the two intervals from the chord there. And then we flip these two notes. We do the right next to it, D and B, C and A, same from the A major. We go to the inversion and inversion. And let's put it together. So first note, together, by itself, and then A. Inversion, together, together. And that's the two measures. Now it's important that when you have two notes, you always should bring out one or the other. In this case I like the top, so I will bring more of this. And each phrase you could release at the end and bend it the way you want to bend it. That's why this is an art, because you could bend it. You don't have to play like a metronome. You could change the value of the notes sometimes if it sounds more improvised. Chopin should sound improvised. If it doesn't have a little bit of improvisation, it becomes a little bit stale. So when you play here, you could run a little bit. So you start and then release and back to a slow tempo again. So I'm going to play these four measures, and I hope this is clear to you. So next line we have kind of the same thing, but now what we do change is the chords. We will have an F sharp minor like this. Remember that comes from this one, the fourth chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are using the harmonic minor as a scale. Remember that there is a melodic scale, there are different scales, but this one is the one that he uses the most on the left hand. So we have this, and what he does on the left hand is add a tritone to add tension, and the same and back. So I'm going to play the left hand like this. Tritone added now, the B and F, it stays the same, and it goes back. Some editions are a little bit different. I enjoy this one very much. There is another edition that does this, and here it goes back, and it does it backwards there. So I like this one time here, another one, and back. Okay, I enjoyed the first one, so you could pick. If you listen to some great pianists like Claudio Arrau and other pianists, they will use the first one I gave you. Now, melody line. And you might have there another melody. That's okay if you want to do that. Like I mentioned, listen to the great pianist and pick the one you like the most. In this case, I enjoy this one with the C sharp and the F. Now I'm going to try to show it to you very slowly together. So we play the first note together. together, together, each note. Triplet, together, right, left, right, together. By itself. Second line, together, together. The C sharp. Triplet again, right, right again. So I'm going to show it to you, both hands together. So we start on C sharp, together, by itself, together. The triplet, together, right, left, right, together. By itself and together again. Triplet again, right, left, right. So let's just try to play a. And then here we're gonna have the same pattern from before, but in a different key. We're gonna have this. Okay, so we have the F sharp and the G. Same theme from the concerto. This is a similarity here. Let's play one last time that. Okay, now for the chord on the left hand we have this, and then we have the C sharp minor open. So we have back again, let's do it together. Like I said before, try to bring the top note. And if you do it together, the first one, together, by itself, and together. Together, together these two, together. Okay, maybe what I'll do now is play a little bit that section and go on to the next one. So we have then it's gonna change. So let's work a little bit on this part that I played. And you have a C sharp, and some editions have a trill. I like the trill. Rotate right. Get to the E, D sharp. So I will try to understand that and play just that melody line. Then the left hand will be A, D sharp, C sharp, G. And then we go to another one that we play a lot, the G sharp major. Same thing. And that's it. We could count this off. Okay, so if we do it together, we have the trill. We run left hand together now. Together. Together. That's all there is. So let's do it. different sounds, speed it up, slow it down, do whatever you feel like. This is music, and we have the liberty to do that. Now, the next section, we'll have a diminished chord on the left hand. So we have these notes. And then resolving. So I'll do it one last time. We have triplets on the right hand. If you do it together, it's the same principle. We do it together at the same time. Right, left, right, together. Together. And that's it. So let's take it from the trill. Right hand. Okay, let's do it together. So and then we go to the part again from the concerto, the same theme from it. Some people like a crowd, they take the right hand melody, that's fine. You can play it with the melody or without it. So when you do here, when you do this, so maybe your favorite artist play like that, or maybe he or she plays it with the two notes on the top. It's totally up to you. Pretty much, it's fairly simple to do it, and the speed can be obtained. So we play A, and then we go like this. So the hand has to kind of rotate towards the D sharp and lift down, up. Then we have the G sharp major. Then we release. Same thing. Hold. Short. And then there is a rallentando at the end to get us back to the next part, which we repeat again. So when we add the melody on the top, we could do it very slow. So we have the first one. Here. Melody. Slow down now. I like it without the melody, but I learn it both ways. I actually like it more this way. Okay, it's up to you how you want to do it. Remember that it's a little bit of flexibility because they have very 2, 3 or different editions, so you could be more flexible and find out the one that suits you. Now, to get us back to the first section, now we're gonna do this chord, the 5th chord. So, but instead, we're gonna bring the G sharp to the bottom, and we do the arpeggios. Get to the top, And I know that it says pianissimo, but I like to ring that G sharp. The reason is because it's a long note and we have a long pause afterwards. So this is marked loud first and gradually decreasing the sound and the speed. And then we have the G sharp. So the whole piece now is going to go back to the first theme, and we have this. And that's the difference now, but you can see here there's still F sharp minor in it, the fourth chord, brought up right here. So we play the A on the top, we add the G sharp. This is the same chord we worked out before at the beginning. And then here we have a different pattern, so we have this. Okay, so the most important thing is there are triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and triplets again. Speeding up towards the top. So now, left hand. You could look this up. It's the same chords we played before. We have this. We play when we play this. So the same chord. The only thing is the matching of the notes, and I'm going to tell you that right now. So we have together, right, left, right, together, right, left, right. Now together, 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 and together at the end. It doesn't need to match perfectly, but you have to place it somewhere. After you place them, you could do rallentanzas here, let's say. Until you get here. And then here we're going to change to, it's like a G diminished, to F sharp. So, left hand changes here, and we add right hand notes to it. E, D, C sharp, now C, A, D, and E. This pattern we have it again. So let's rewind a little bit. Let's do it from C. We have C, that's it. Left hand, the same chord we played before. C sharp minor, D sharp minor 7, and G. Together will be match, 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 and C sharp minor. Match. Now trill. Rallentando, the same thing from before is this. And we are back to C sharp minor. Now, we also will have the D sharp minor 7 here against the scale. Now, people ask me, how do you do the regular values? So, let's try to place them somewhere. So, let's say the first note is going to match, and then I'm going to go to an A, and that's going to match. Then I'm going to keep going, the B is going to match, and the D is going to match. and I get there. So we have this on the left hand. So we're gonna match the first one. Match the A, the B, the E, and then we get perfectly to there. Now it doesn't need to be that perfect, but when you play it quicker, then you forget about where it matches and it's just through in the right hand. So I really don't know where I place them afterward, but I have a sense of where to match it. So D, A, descending B, and D, and it gets there. So slowly one last time. And to match is here, we match it on the first note to the C sharp, and then we get to A, and then G. So first note, C sharp, A, and maybe the left hand has to sing the interval D sharp. Okay? If you have trouble with this, you could work with rhythms like this. And the opposite. Very quick movements. And you could do every, let's say, per scale. You go from here to A. And then try it. Now this one is a little bit slower, so we'll match A, D sharp, E, the C, and again it's where you want to place them. Again this one, you can see it there, and then is the ending. D sharp, we increase that, E, D sharp, and we end the piece with both hands. I hope this video was helpful, and if you enjoyed, subscribe. Thank you for watching.